Hey everybody, my name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. I wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of The Morning Show. I'm the creator, the producer, and the host of the show. We want you to check out our website. It's themorningshowwithnatalie.com. You can go to that website. You can see all about our sponsors, all about the show. You can even listen to live episodes while they're going on right there from the website. Another way to listen to the show live is go to Live 365. You can download that app and just search for The Morning Show. It's right there. Super easy. We want you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you will. That way you can keep up with what's going on The Morning Show. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show. It's Throwback Thursday, and once again, we are throwing it back. And today we're throwing it back to a particular bass singer who happens to be one of the most sincere, humble, and kindest people you will ever want to meet. We've been acquainted more than once through the years, and it's always a pleasure to see or to talk to my old buddy, Keith Plott. Welcome to The Morning Show, Keith.
Hey, Natalie, how's it going?
Keith, I've been excited about this. We hadn't seen each other in a while. It's been a few years.
Yes, it has. It's been a while.
I remember exactly when it was. You came to Salem with the Lefevres. We sat out at the lighthouse, and we had a meal together, had a good time. We laughed and cut up.
Hey, anytime there's a meal involved, it's always glorious. I'm telling you that right now.
We're not complaining. We're not complaining. Well, we're glad you're on the show. It's special to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, I'm not going to pretend to know everything there is to know about Keith Plott. I do not. But I do know a few of the highlights, and I thought we'd talk about that this morning, and you can just fill me in on all the things I don't know. We can do that, right?
Yes, ma'am, we sure can.
All right, here's where we will start. I know that you sang with Brian Free and Assurance about 4 years. I don't know exactly when. Keith, when were you with Brian Free?
Sis, that would be 03 to 07, 2003, 2007 on that one.
Oh, I can't say for sure, Keith, but I'm pretty sure that somewhere in those 4 years, y'all came to Salem Baptist Church in Lake Mississippi. I believe we had you.
I'm sure we did. And I've slept since then, but I'm pretty sure we did do that. Once I sleep, I got to be retrained, but yeah.
You've reset since then. I'm pretty sure that you did come to Salem with Brian Free.
That's right.
And then you spent a few years with the Lefevres, and I know you came to Salem with the Lefevres. What years were you with the Lefevres?
Let's see, Lefevres would have been 2017 to 19, I believe it was. And in between that, I've done the 10 years of soloing. So there's a good gap there where I just done the solo work.
So that was not connect. You didn't go from Brian Free to the Lefevres. That wasn't consecutive. There's
That's
a big
correct.
jump.
Yes, big jump. That's right.
And you were by yourself.
Yep, traveling with my little queen, Bobby Lynn. Miss Bobby Lynn, sure did.
Oh, tell me about Miss Bobby Lynn.
Miss Bobby Lynn, I finally got her to get up and do a song with me, and it's not a problem, but here's the deal. She only does one song, and once she gets up, I got to make sure I do that towards the end, or if not the end, because when she gets up, they're like, "Wait a minute, is that all she's doing?" Yeah. Don't be coming back over here. She ain't gonna do but one song now. So I said, y'all, pretty soon it's going to be called Bobby Lynn Plott Ministries, and I'm going to be the backup.
She's taking over.
She's taking it over.
I've never met Miss Bobby Lynn, but she looks likable. Looks like somebody I'd want to meet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so we had a 10-year, you were solo between Brian Free and Mike Lefevre, and you're back solo now, Keith?
That's correct. Traveling Bobby Lynn right now, doing solo again. That's right. I didn't think I'd honestly ever go back with even quartet or back on the road full time, because that can be a strenuous schedule from Wednesday through Sunday. You get home, wash your clothes, you're right back out. So I said I'd never do that. But somehow Mike talked me into going back out, and I did. Had a blast with Mike and him. Mike's a super guy and all the guys, but then I felt it's time to to come back and start doing what I'd done the 10 years prior. Those 10 years I was doing what I was doing.
Yeah, well, Mike's so likable.
Oh, Lord,
anybody, it would be like Mike Lefevre.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you get along with Mike, you get along with nobody.
But that's true. That's true. He just seems that way. All right.
That's right.
So moving on down the resume here.
Yeah.
All right. You were inducted into the South Carolina Southern Gospel Music Association Hall of Fame in 2000.
What in the world?
Keith Plott. How'd you pull that off? Ooh,
well,
that's a big deal.
It was about the best $150 I ever paid out. It's helped me out a lot.
Worth every penny of it. Carolina's home for you.
It is. Seneca, South Carolina, sure is.
That's a big deal. The Bible says a prophet is not without honor except in his own country.
That's right.
And when your people, when your home will honor you like that says a whole lot about you. They know you like nobody else knows you, and to give you that kind of honor says a lot about who you are, my friend.
I know. They know me and still vote for me. What in the world? That's an absolute blessing.
And they still put you in the Hall of Fame.
Still did it.
Still did it. That's mighty good. That says an awful lot. Well, next on the list, you have performed at the Grand Ole Opry. Did you do that by yourself? Who were you with, Keith?
That was what that time frame was with Brian Free and Assurance. We done that.
Hey, at the Grand Ole Opry.
Grand Ole Opry.
I've never.
I found that last VHS. I just found that VHS. I found in some stuff I had saved up, and pulled that out and was able to play it somewhere on, because we don't have that around here anymore. It's usually just the DVDs, But we have one that had the VHS, and I played that. I said, wow. And I remember that of getting up on that stage, how nervous I was. I remember little Jimmy Dickens, if you know that name. Yeah. He come up and he said, son, are you nervous? I said, yes, sir. He said, you better be.
Wow. Keith, I believe I'd be nervous just sitting out in the audience.
Oh, my God, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
I thought it was cool because they had a big piece of that Ryman cut out in the middle of the floor. It's a big round. Was it the Ryman? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They cut a piece of the old flooring and put it in that newer one, and you can honestly feel just a static or something across there. I ain't trying to be spiritual enough, but it felt like you could just feel something going across that thing. I said, great day.
Look, did you walk across it twice just to see if you
I didn't walk across it. I put a mic stand in the middle of it and it stood there just to try to absorb everything. Well, I was trying to get a little bit of everybody,
He just stood on it.
Then I pulled a chair up and stayed there even longer.
That's fun. That's a good one. But the next thing, you sang at the National Quartet Convention. I want to know if you felt something standing on the stage at the Quartet Convention.
I felt like I was going to pass out. That's what I felt like when I first got up there with Brian Free. There was that one night was in Louisville, and it was a record crowd, 22,000 people.
Wow.
And I didn't notice it so I got out of the bottom. I put my foot on that first step, and I happened to look up like a dummy. I looked up, looked around, and said, and I just
don't
my
ever
whole
look
mouth
up.
went dry. It was gone. I said, well, I'm shocked. When it was over, Brian said, he said, this is when I sang with Brian Free. He said, I got really nervous that night too. But if you look around, right in that inner circle, sometimes you see your peers sitting out there and people you admire so much.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're sitting there, there's another level of tear your nerves up,
That's true if you ever spoke it.
I'm like, can y'all just go to the back? Y'all go to the back yonder somewhere. Let's be finished. You don't come back up.
Well, look, do you remember any of those Brian Free songs you sang with them? We're throwing it back today. That's the purpose of all of it. What's some of those? Let's go back and get one of those good Brian Free songs. What's one of your favorites? You remember any?
I always love doing Jesus Will Pick You Up, so little go-getter that we done together there.
That's a
Jesus
good
Will Pick
one.
You Up.
Jesus Will Pick You Up. You picked a good one, Keith Plott.
Oh, boy, I'm
we
trying.
got Keith Plott right here with us for Throwback Thursday. He sang with Brian Free and Assurance for about 4 years, and he likes this one. So we're going to play it. Here it is, Brian Free and Assurance.
If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, if he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If the Lord has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down. If you go out and party all night long, singing in the choir on Sunday morning like you done nothing wrong. If you can't sing the way you used to, it's 'cause you're doing the same things that sinners do. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If the Lord has to reach way down. Jesus will pick you up. Jesus will pick you up if he has to reach way down. If you're in the pulpit, preaching so bold, reaching for the money and not caring for the soul. If you can't preach, my brother, the way you used to, because you're doing the same things that sinners do. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. Jesus will pick you up if he has to reach way down. And your hairdo and your fancy clothes won't let you say amen. And your diamond rings and your designer shoes won't let you pat your feet and clap your hands. If you can't praise him the way you used to, because you're doing the same things that sinners do. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If the Lord has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. If he has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. Jesus will pick you up if he has to reach way down. Way down. If he has to reach, if he has to reach, if the Lord has to reach to touch your life, to touch your mind, to touch your heart, and make it all right. A life ruler, a mind regulator, he can be a heart fixer, a soul healing savior, like he did for David in the Bible days, like he did it for Paul. He'll fix you the same way, my Jesus. Jesus will pick you up if he has to reach away.
That's a good one, and it sure was fun looking back at all the places you've been musically. But the last time that you and I communicated, it wasn't too long ago. It's been within the last year. I remember sending you a message, and there was a group called Red Letter Edition that you were a part of, or that was kind of getting going. They put out Holy Water, a rendition of Holy Water. They were outstanding. What's going on with Red Letter Edition?
Well, I guess it's on hold at this moment. I don't. Every time we go to do something, Natalie, one of us got sick. It's that blame all this mess going around.
That's the age we live in.
Yeah,
that's where we are.
And we was trying to finish the project and everything through the day win situation, but every time we turn around, one of us is getting sick. I said, "Great day."
Was it going to be a day win project?
Absolutely.
It should be that. Let me tell you, it was an outstanding group, and
thank you.
It's risky and it's difficult to take these hits on the praise and worship side, the contemporary or a Southern group to take. And I don't know if Red Letter Edition is considered Southern gospel. I don't know anything about you guys. But for anybody to take those hits and try to redo them, it's challenge.
I tell you, I love hearing doing it is Triumphant, Natalie. I love hearing Triumphant do that stuff.
Well, they can do it.
Oh my
if
gosh.
anybody can do it, Triumphant can do it.
Oh my gosh, yes, ma'am.
But everybody can't do it. But you guys knocked it out of the park, Keith. You did it as well as the original group did it.
Oh, thank you.
Nailed it. So I hope that comes back together and that Day Win will come through and all that. But you're in a good place, and you should be right there on Day Win. That was top-notch talent. I don't know who all was involved in it.
That's Jeremy. Remember Jeremy I sang with the Lefevres? He was the one. He'd called me and talked about Jeremy Peace. Jeremy Peace, yeah.
Well, I hope
talked to me about heading that up. So.
Yeah. Well, Keith, before you go, let's end out by just letting everybody know right now what's going on with Keith Plott. We've had a good time looking at yesterday and what's been going on in the past, but right now, what's going on with Keith Plott and your ministry and your family? Give us a little update.
Well, God is blessing. I'm telling you, we done booked up, not totally booked now. We got sporadic stuff in between, but we're booked up through December of next year. And for some reason, Christmas has really been kicking in on the bookings. I mean, I've almost booked up. December's about booked this year. And then for 2023 in November, it's starting when you start your Christmas. Listen here, I haven't had a preacher call me up front. So listen, I want you to do me a song. He said, you sing it for Christmas. He said, but I want you to do it right now for the offertory, for the offering. I said, yes, sir. I thought I was talking about something, Mary. Did you know or something? You know what he wanted to hear?
What's that?
He wanted to hear, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. And I had to sing that whole song. And he says, the best love offering they ever took up. I said, what in the world?
Maybe it inspired them.
That's maybe.
We ought to sing it every time they take one up, Keith.
Amen. That'll tell them something.
Whatever works. Well, you know. Well, look, maybe down the road we can reconnect. That'd be a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I hope so. And maybe we'll have you back on the show. We've had a good laugh today, and I've just enjoyed it, spending some time with Keith Plott. You made the morning special. And, Keith, you've got a friend here on the morning show. Don't ever forget it.
Thank you, Natalie.
All right. Enjoyed it.
Thank you. I did, too.
We'll talk soon, my friend.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we are leaving you this morning with Keith Plott. Here he is from a solo album of his, The Old Rugged Cross. You'll enjoy it.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. Its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far, far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
you.